You know, for those of us who've been using charcoal for a long time, it's like second nature to us. But there are millions of people out there who are intimidated by using charcoal, and I get it. There's also millions of people who are intimidated by doing math. Me, for example, give me a long division problem, my head's gonna explode. But if you use charcoal, you might catch on fire. Don't catch on fire. Watch this video, and I want to share with you the most basic way to start your charcoal, get your grill set up, and cook a fantastic steak. Let's go. So first, let's talk about charcoal. Now, there's a number of different brands you can choose from. My favorite brand is B&B. I absolutely love this stuff. I've used it for years. Matter of fact, I was just selected to be a member of the B&B Charcoal Pitmasters team. Thank you, B&B. I greatly appreciate that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, there's also different types of charcoal within the brand. There's lump charcoal in the brown bag, and there's briquettes in the orange bag. Let's take a look at each of them. All right, so here's your two charcoals. You got lump charcoal, which is very inconsistent in size and shape. And then you got briquettes, which are very consistent in their size and shape. Now the difference is with lump charcoal, it's going to burn much hotter and much faster, which is perfect for what we're doing today. We're going to do a steak. We want it to be super hot. We're going to get it seared off really well and cook it the rest of the way. Perfect for lump charcoal. Briquettes are great for low and slow. You can use it for anything, but really good for low and slow. When you're going to smoke something, you want a really lower temperature and a consistent temperature, you want to use briquettes. You want to use lump when you want hot and fast cooks. Typically, you're not going to use that for smoking anything, but you will use briquettes for smoking. You can use either for grilling, just get hotter temperatures with the lump. So there you go. I think either one of these are great and will do the job you need, whatever you need to do when you're grilling something. All right, now let's talk about how to light your charcoal. Now there's a number of different charcoals out there that have lighter fluid built right into them, or you can take a bottle of lighter fluid and just squirt it all over top of your charcoal. Please don't do that. Stop doing that. You don't need to do that anymore. Now there's two main reasons why. One, it puts a terrible taste on your food, and two, it's an absolute fire hazard. Uncle Larry might have too many beers to catch a house on fire. Please don't do that anymore. All you need is a charcoal chimney just like this. Super easy to use, very safe, and very efficient. Very affordable. I've had that thing probably 8 or 10 years. It's $25. They're not hard to come by. You got to get you one of those. Now here's how we're going to do it. We're going to take one of these two lighting agents, either a lighting cube or this watered up wood here, and put it in the bottom of your grill. In this case, we're using my Weber kettle, and we'll put one of those. We won't use both, of course. We'll use one. I'll use the lighter cube for now, and I'll light that cube. Now, once I put that cube, get it lit, I will take my charcoal chimney, put it right over top of the lighter cube, and away we go. We just wait for it to completely cook. Now, I'll bring you back when it's ready to do that. I'll start it now, then I'll bring you back when we're ready to start cooking. Just a minute. Let's go ahead and get this lit. I'll show you how to just take one of these this lighter stick like this, one of these right here, and just light the cube. We'll put our charcoal chimney right over top of it, and away we go. Now, I'll wait until the charcoal gets almost completely ashed over. It'll smoke profusely right now for a little bit until it gets ignited. Once it's ignited, it'll kind of slowly burn and catch all the charcoal on fire and turn them all ash gray. Once that happens, I'll bring you back and we'll pour the charcoal in and cook our steak. All right, y'all, we lit this charcoal about 10 minutes ago, and you'll notice there's some flames popping through the top. There's a lot less smoke now. What that means is we're getting very close to being ready to use. When you first light this charcoal, it has a very dirty, dingy smoke that comes off of it. That's because the charcoal is just getting ignited. At this point where it's almost all lit, the smoke turns more white, a lot less smoke. You start seeing flames come out the top of the chimney, and you know that it's getting ready to be used. What happens to a lot of people where problems happen is they pour their charcoal into their grill way too soon. The charcoal is not ready yet to start cooking with. You get inconsistent temperatures, you get dirty smoke, you get weird smoke, just a whole lot of different variables that happen if you don't wait till it's all ashed over. Now we'll wait till these charcoal pieces on top are all white, we'll pour it into our grill, and I'll show you all that. I'll bring you back as I'm getting ready to pour it into the grill. All right, folks, here we go. Now we see all the flames that's going out the top. We know that it's great over underneath. We're gonna pour this out. Now I'm using these welding gloves. Highly suggested you get some of these, something like this, and use them. Spread it a little bit. Now notice I've put all the charcoals onto one side of my grill. I'm doing what's called 2-zone cooking. Put the grate on here. One zone over here, it's very, very hot. I want that to be crazy hot. Over here's my escape zone. So I want the hot zone here. When I get things seared off and I get the steak seared on both sides like I want it to, I can then slide it over here to cook the rest of the way to get to my temperature. Now we're gonna cook a New York strip, and we're gonna cook it to about 120, 125 in that range. And we'll sear it first to get both sides seared, and then pull it over to the side, let it finish cooking until it's ready. I'll bring you back when I put this the New York strip right onto the coals. All right, folks, it's time to put our New York strip on. Let me grab it right here. Good looking strip, guys. Look at that thing. Very well marbled. Real pleased with that. Good looking steak. We're gonna put it right on top of the charcoal sear. We're gonna get a really good sear here. That's our intent, is to get a really good sear on both sides, on all 4 sides, actually, or 6 sides, I guess. But that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna let this sear for probably a couple minutes on each side before we pull it over here to the other side. So it's been on that side a couple minutes. Let's turn it over. Oh yeah, good looking already. Some good char on there. We'll do the other side, get some good char on it as well. And then, like I said, we'll move it from the hot side over to the cool zone until it gets to that 120, 125 range. And we'll use our Thermopin 1 to check on that, of course. We've got a really good high heat right here. This lump charcoal gets some seriously high heat to it. I'm leaving the lid off completely the whole time. I'm not even putting the lid on until I move it to the cool zone. Once I move it to the cool zone, I will put the lid on then. Try to capture that heat and let it cook internally. But I'm gonna let it go here for just a couple more minutes, or probably another minute or so, and then move it to the cool zone. All right, guys, so now it's been on the other side for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Looks pretty good there. I'm gonna hold it on this edge right here and sear that fat cap edge and the inside edge as well. Oops, try to keep from dropping it. And that's hot too. Whew. Let's do this edge too. And now, I like my char here. I'm gonna move it to the cool side, put our lid on, put our vent over the steak so it pulls that heat that way, and let it ride to 120, 125. We'll pull it off, let it rest, cut into it. All right, y'all, the steak has reached a temperature about 123, 124. We're gonna pull it off here, and put it on our cutting board, let it rest there for about 10 or 15 minutes, cut into it and give it a try. All right, folks, I cut my steak and realized I've not hit record yet, so I apologize. I've already cut it. Take a look at it and see what it looks like here to you. Really good looking steak. We'll take a bite of it now and see what we think. Here we go. Gosh, it's juicy. It's tender, super easy to cut. Cheers, folks. New York strip. Oh gosh, yeah. Man, that is fantastic, guys. Very pleased with that. Man, so juicy, fantastic steak. So I hope you got some value out of the video today and learned what kind of charcoal you can use without using any kind of lighter fluid or any kind of match light charcoal. Just use some B&B or some kind of charcoal with a lighter agent in a charcoal chimney. You're good to go. Please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Until next time, I'll meet you at the smoker.